So the white supremacist wife, the first lady, who was an undocumented immigrant, very likely, because I haven't seen her immigration papers. By the way, ICE, why don't you go arrest the first lady? Because can you prove that she's a U.S. citizen? Because isn't that what you MAGA wanted? Just basically arrest anybody? Hey, she should have no problems walking around with the papers, right? Oh, that's different because she's married to the white supremacist. Okay, I got it. Okay, let's read this letter to Ghislaine Maxwell that she doesn't know. Dear G, how are you? Nice story about J.E. in the New York Magazine, Jeffrey Epstein. You look great on the picture. I know you're very busy flying all over the world. How's Palm Beach? I cannot wait to go down. Give me a call when you're back in NY. Have a great time. Love, Melania. Does that sound like somebody that you just knew casually? Dear G, love, Melania. October 23rd, 2002. That's why she came out and said something today. But it's about to get ugly. You know, it's just, as a former Republican until 16, it is absolutely so morally disgusting that y'all just have completely abdicated any sense of morality, decency, honesty, kindness, empathy. Y'all went to the voting booth with your fake ass gold crosses. Praise Jesus, praise Jesus. The man is literally a rapist. He is defending child molesters. The dude is mentioned more times in the Epstein files than Jesus is mentioned in the Bible. Literally, you saw an insurrection where 5 officers died. And many, many, many had long-term disabilities. And you're like, yeah, but he promised me cheap eggs. Yeah, gas was too expensive. You have no fucking morality. Love thy neighbor as thyself. Love keeps no record of wrongdoing. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love does not envy. Love does not boast. Love keeps no record of wrongdoing. And then you got this little undocumented immigrant, Melania Trump, lying to your faces, saying I barely knew her, saying love Melania. Now, I don't know about you. I can count on one hand how many people I would ever write a letter to. And it's not somebody that I met one time casually at a party. That's bullshit. This entire administration, the Congress, the Senate, I don't care if the whole thing crumbles. I don't care if my dad is on that list, and my mom, and my sister, and my brother. I don't give a damn. If you did horrible stuff to little girls, may you all be thrown in prison, and may you rot in hell right next to Jeffrey Epstein and Benito Mussolini and Hitler. All of you. And for all of you people out there with your gold crosses and you wave your bullshit Jesus crap, you're all going to really, really, really not like Judgment Day. And you're going to stand before God and you're going to say, I own the libs. I own the libs. I talked to that one guy and he couldn't tell me what a man and a woman was. And this other guy, he couldn't tell me where there was a tampon in a bathroom. Oh, Jesus, I stood for you. And he's going to ask you, you literally stood with the president in my name, a man that was a rapist and a convicted felon, and who was best friends with a child molester, and you didn't do a damn thing about it, all because you wanted a couple of bucks in your fucking paycheck and you wanted cheap gas. And it is a shame that the Republican Party has turned into a cult of white supremacy. That's what it is. MAGA is the modern KKK. And it's our fault as a country for not punishing the Confederacy after the Civil War, for letting the big lie happen, for letting the daughters of the Confederacy tell a bullshit lie. It was about states' rights. It was about slavery. It was about white Christians, because, you know, we're such a great Christian nation, forcing black people to be whipped and beaten and tear out their fetuses in the name of Jesus. You wouldn't even let him sit in a church or drink from a water fountain. The fuck kind of Christian nation is that? And I really don't care about my language anymore, because you know what? What if that was your mom or your dad that was in a fucking tree? What if your great-grandma was in a will and passed down to somebody else as a piece of fucking property? You'd be pissed, and I don't see the difference. See, that's the difference. That's what somebody like a John McCain stood for, a decent Republican. That's what somebody like Adam Kinzinger, who's a decent Republican. I can disagree with him on policy, but they're good people and they have morality and decency. And you all threw it away because you didn't want the black woman being president. And it's disgusting and it's vile and it's straight up white supremacy. So Melania Trump, you can take whatever the fuck self-righteousness you have and shove it, because you didn't say a damn thing when you knew that he raped E. Jean Carroll. Your little skank ass didn't even show up to his trial because you knew that he raped her, and you knew that he cheated on you with the porn star, and you knew about the 2 dozen women, and you didn't say a damn thing. And you're only doing this because you want to save your stupid ass because you don't want to be deported by ICE. Fuck off, Melania.